Hi, I'm Matt McClure with agentandadvisor.com, and I am here with Robert Bache, otherwise known as Medicare Bob. Bobby, how's it going?
I'm doing well. Just getting ready for the annual enrollment period, which is our busy time of year. How you doing?
Busy, busy. Yeah, I'm very busy as well, as we all are, I think, this time of the year. And, it's a good question, I think, for people who are just kind of starting out in this business to come to someone like you who's been doing this a while. You really obviously know your stuff, and they're looking for tips. They're looking for advice, particularly things if they're just starting out that you think that you should have known or you wish you had known before you started your business. Talk about some tips I think that you, now looking back on it, wish that you knew going into all of this.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And yeah, I tricked the world into making them think I know what I'm doing. So it's worked out well for me. Um, but yeah, so if I had to pick three tips going into it, I'd speak to a lot of agents and brokers that are looking at scaling their business in the Medicare space. And we talk often about who to hire first. I talk to agents and they believe that, I need to hire more agents. I need to hire more agents. And that might be the case. It might be the right hire to hire more agents. But oftentimes I speak to one or two business partners that have an agency and they're on the phone selling 10 times a day, 10 hours a day, and they're both really good at sales. They have some marketing resources or sources that are working out well, and they're on the phones and they're making money. And so it's their instinct to say, oh, let me go hire two more agents or four more agents or six more agents. And which again might be that right idea. But I would encourage you to take a step back and really think about the impact that the next hire or your first hires will have on the business. I would encourage that if, let's say you're in a situation where you are the person selling 10 hours a day and you're having success, or you and a business partner are selling or, and having success 10 hours a day, for you to go hire another agent or two more agents or four more agents, that's going to take capacity away from you selling. And the reality is, whoever you hire is most likely not going to be as good as you at selling the product. So when you go and hire five more agents, for example, because again, you have the marketing source working, you've got a great script that you've worked out, you're having success, now you're taking yourself off the phone to train those agents. Now you're taking yourself off the phone or out of sales face to face or whatever you're doing for sales. You're taking yourself out of that sales activity and now you're training, which again may not be a bad thing, but you need to account for that, because if you're training and then managing, because people need to be managed, that's the other mistake people make. You're not going to hire yourself. You're an entrepreneur. You're willing to work 10 hours a day, Monday through Friday and Saturdays and Sundays. You're willing to log in to the computer at 9:30 at night and learn about something on how to make your CRM more automated or learn Facebook marketing. You're willing to put that time in. Most people are not. That's what makes you special. So what I often help people understand is they're hiring. If I would have done this differently, I would have hired more customer care or compliance. Like my first hire would have been non-sales, so that I could have stayed on the phone selling more. So as you're looking at scaling, don't always assume that it's best for your business to hire more agents. It might be best for your business to hire people to do the things that are stopping you from selling. Do that for a year or 18 months, let your book of business build. Then maybe it's time to hire some sales agents. And I would say something else I wish I knew is, it's really important to nurture the leaders as you're scaling in your business. A lot of times like I mentioned before, we're fearful of taking somebody from selling and putting them in a leadership role because we are scared we're going to lose out their production. Or, once we do that, once we do promote leaders in our organization, we're entrepreneurs. It's our business, so we have an emotional attachment to it. So we often can be impulsive and controlling, and we have a hard time delegating. So once you identify those leaders, it's really important that you nurture those leaders. What I've learned in delegation is, maybe they will not do it exactly how I'll do it, but the reality is, even if they do it 85% as good, it's probably good enough. I've been surprised to find out. And if you hire the right way and you promote the right way with leaders and surround yourself with people that have different talent and skill set than yourself, you often find that when you delegate, they might actually do it better than what you would have done. And if you really take a hard look at yourself, you're probably doing 100 things 100 miles per hour. So by you having leaders and letting them do their job, 100% of their focus on a task is usually going to be better than the amount of focus that you're able to do it on yourself for yourself. So nurture those leaders, delegate, and trust. And if they fail or they mess up, they're failing fast and you're teaching them, and they'll fail, and it's an investment in themselves, and they'll do the job better the next time around. So have confidence and faith with that decision. The third thing I wish I would have known about, which would have helped me, if you're in the Medicare space and you understand cost per acquisition and you understand lifetime value, you understand that an obstacle in the Medicare space is cash. Well, now over the past 5-6 years, we're seeing more and more of these heap comp options popping up. So what a heap comp is you have these equity groups or companies, investment firms, that understand lifetime value very well. And they might pay you $1,000 or $1,100 for a Medicare Advantage or a Medicare supplement policy. And then as long as it stays 90 days, that's how much money you'll make. There's no chargebacks typically, as long as you're doing a good job. Depends on the arrangement. But that's really important, because if most people in the space, as you go to scale, you have cash burn, because in order to scale this business, you're not going to be able to scale profitably on first year commissions. For those of you that don't know, typically with Medicare supplement products, you're paid 20 to 27%, whatever your comp deal is, full comp for 7 years on a med sup. And then with Medicare Advantage, you get your comp and it's lifetime renewals. But you're usually going to average around $400 to $450 in first year commission. And it's tough to scale outside of annual enrollment at a $400 or $450 CPA. So what heap comp models allow you to do is, now if you can get that $1,000 up front, okay, now it's going to allow you to scale because you have cash flow as a benefit. Now you're spending, say, $600, $700 to get a customer out of AEP. You're getting that $1,000 or $1,100. Now you're $400 or $500 cash flow positive. Now, if you do heap model, you have to understand it should be a win-win. So what I mean by that is, that firm that's purchasing those policies, they're purchasing from you at a discount. So you are giving up future commissions and possibly more money down the road. So what's beneficial for the heap company is they're buying those policies at a discount, and that's fine, as long as what's benefiting for you is you're using that money to reinvest in your business. You're using it to hire more agents. You're using it to hire a leadership team. You're using it to improve your technology, to document your processes and systems, to automate your CRM, your telephony system. You're making upgrades with that money. I would not recommend heap comp if you're just trying to make more money right now so you can go buy a bigger house or a bigger boat. I would recommend heap comp if you're looking at it as a way to scale your business. Because if you can get where you want to go 5 years faster because you're cash flow positive, then that investment is worth it in the end. But I would not heap comp if it's just so you can keep up with the Joneses and look like you're successful. Because again, you are selling those policies at a discount. But heap comp is a great option for somebody who's looking to scale a business and be cash flow positive and is willing to reinvest in that business.
Well, I'll tell you, a lot of great advice there, and there's a time and a place for everything. And those heap comp options, I think, could be good for folks looking for, as you say, that cash flow up front. So that's great, awesome tips there. Once again, Robert Bache, otherwise known as Medicare Bob, thanks so much for taking a few minutes for us. Really do appreciate it.
My pleasure, Matt. Thanks for having me.